boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Bravery Studios, Garfield, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah, the Dark Side Sander, always and forever, on his worst behavior. Mr. DM, find me on Mama's DMs. Why? Because I'm trying to get Mama a baby, nobody can stop me. And on the phone, as always, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz.
Fuck Mr. McMahon, also known as the man that pitted a girl in crypto crawl space, will make her run to a crawl space, and you can find that on my OnlyFans space.
Word, all that. And on the boards tonight, he's back like he's never left.
Yeah.
He's an Ultra Heelz original.
Yeah.
He's a Bravery Studios original. And he's the franchise like Sting. It's J Kid.
Bravery up, bravery up.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much. What's going on, guys? Happy to be back here on the ones and twos. You already know.
It's a reunion party up in here tonight.
Yeah. We back like quick crack. Bravery up.
Terror Squad.
Yeah.
Side story. What the fuck is Fat Joe doing on Instagram these days? Like,
I don't know.
wasn't he like drunk the other day and like dissed he dissed somebody? I think it was
The Versus, Little Mo.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
And Lamo and Vita.
And Vita.
Yeah, both of them.
He apologized.
Yeah, I know he apologized, but
Everybody goes through their moments, man.
yeah. What's up with you, Alex?
Nothing much in the liquor store right now.
Oh. I just left there because I punched out.
Let's say, going through some shit. Somebody drink through some shit. Yeah, even it out.
Word. And speaking of drinking, how about all that drinking on the plane ride from hell? We're going to start there since we weren't on last week. The plane ride.
Jeez. Oh, that sounds like heaven.
Before we get to the seriousness of the matter, we're going to start with, I just want to quote Tommy Dreamer. He said, "Hey, Rick's got a hammer." All I could think was like, Thor's hammer.
Hammer. And that's all he gonna state about that.
So, obviously, the main focus of the story ended up being Ric Flair allegedly sexually harassing one of the stewardess because he was doing his usual gimmick. He was in his robe, butt naked, with his schlong swinging in the breeze.
Yeah. Helicopter position.
But didn't he already tell this story on the WWE little cartoon shit they used to have on the network?
Yeah. And that's what I said when we first found out that they were doing Play Ride for Hell. I'm like, WWE already made a joke out of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they made it, but they never told the real shit.
Yeah, so we had Ric Flair drunk. Then there was JBL. Something happened with JBL. I think he just like snatched a bottle from the stewardess because he just got tired of ordering shots.
It was something like that. Like he had a hard time with a stewardess on there. Something with that bottle.
Yeah, and then we had Goldust because he was drunk and depressed. So he got on the intercom and he started singing to Terry Reynolds. Mm-hmm. But then Paul Heyman was like, "Don't sell it," because Paul Heyman was sitting like across the aisle from her.
Paul Heyman knew, man.
And then apparently Brock flashed his dick to Terry. And then Brock had a fight with Kurt Hennig, and they almost broke the emergency exit.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else was in that story that night? I think that was all the major incidents.
Didn't Tommy Dreamer had like some incident too?
No, nothing really happened. He was just the one telling all the stories. Him and RVD.
Yeah.
Now, something I pointed out like right after the whole craze on the internet. Tommy Dreamer immediately got suspended from Impact, and the whole internet is canceling him because he quote unquote co-signed Ric Flair. What about RVD?
Whoa.
RVD was the one that brought up. He was the one that brought up the topic of drugging girls, taking the pills that they get from the doctors and just slip it into girls' drinks. And then at one point he literally says, "Yeah, that's what we do." And nobody crucified RVD for talking about drugging girls.
Man, was he trying to 5-star frog splash them after doing that? I don't know.
Nobody. I think eventually, like some point this week, some like a big news outlet finally said something like, "Oh, but RVD said they drugged girls," and then, but it wasn't as big as Tommy Dreamer. I think it was because Tommy Dreamer currently works for somebody, so it was we got to cancel him. When meanwhile RVD is just sitting at home smoking weed,
man,
and eating licking fucking dabs off of Katie Forbes' ass.
Man,
How about this? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can consider that an ass when it's more like a silicone blown up tire.
Oh yeah,
So-
she's all plastic. Her fucking abs are plastic. That bothered me the most. The fake abs.
they were definitely done. Didn't they?
It is what it is. RVD likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Did you happen to see last night's episode? I didn't watch it because I was at work.
Nah,
what,
what about Chris Canyon?
Oh, it was Chris Canyon?
I think so.
Yeah. it was
Okay.
Chris Canyon. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I was gonna wait to actually watch it until today, but I ended up doing a whole bunch of shit, so I never got a chance.
Yeah, I'll probably either watch it tomorrow morning or Sunday since I'm off.
For that.
So yeah, the big Ric Flair with quote unquote lost endorsements behind this coming out. But one of the things is the car shield, like auto insurance bullshit.
Yeah.
They supposedly pulled their commercials. The first commercial break on Raw, there was a fucking car shield commercial. I was like, how the fuck is this playing?
Oh man.
They already had it in the works way before they got a chance to get rid of it.
But that's the thing. There's the person in charge of running the ads was supposed to go in and pull them, and they left one in, and conveniently was the first commercial break. That was on purpose.
That was
He
definitely
said,
on
"Fuck that!
purpose.
It's gonna be the last time we see Flair, so fuck it, let's go ahead and display it."
Yeah.
That's what it is. Ric Flair and his dong out, walking around.
No, excuse me, sir. That was a hammer. It wasn't a dong. It was a hammer.
Oh well, what was I gonna say? Was it? I'm not gonna judge no nigga like that. Unless your name was Wesley. Out of that, Flavor of Hell was funny as hell. Like I ain't gonna lie, I think JR was the most businessman ever for that whole situation.
Say that again.
I said JR was the most businessman for that.
Oh yeah. Because he was just like, "Hey, what did you want me to do? We sat on the fucking runway for 7 hours. What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to control these people?"
You got 3 trays of liquor, and it ain't like the small box of liquor. You got big box of liquor, and you thinking all these men ain't gonna do something stupid? Yeah, fuck that. I wish I could have been there. I would have enjoyed it, but I'm not slapping Brock with no fucking shaving cream. That's a hell no. That's just a no.
Well, you gotta think about it. Kurt Hennig has the shoot fighting background as well, so he could pretty much I'm not gonna say he'd hold his own, but he knows at least how to defend himself.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. I get how to defend himself, but I don't think we never seen a fully pissed off Brock from being sleepwalking up and just killing somebody on the plane, and I don't want to be a part of that.
Through that.
So I'm gonna leave that one alone. But like I said, it was a good episode. Hell, I got somebody at my job to watch it. And she said she hasn't watched wrestling since Eddie died.
Uh-huh.
I got her to watch it, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch all of season 1 now."
It's a pretty long time.
Yeah. So you sent me a little list a couple hours ago. What was it the 10 WWE gimmicks that worked for one wrestler but not for another? I want to start a new segment based on this list. We're just gonna call it dumb lists. Because this is a dumb list. And
Parallels, they kind of match up.
yeah, but who the fuck would have took the time to think of this shit? So
Somebody that was bored as hell.
number 10, we have the ripped narcissist. It worked for Rick Rude, but didn't work for Rob Conway. How many other people use that gimmick? Those aren't the only two.
They're not, but those are the only most two known ones that were damn near identical.
Brian Cage does Brian Cage not use that when he's heel?
No. Well, I don't know. Brian Cage is kind of like a mixture of like five people at once.
Yeah. Bobby Roode used it when he was the glorious Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, it didn't fail for him either. But he wasn't in WWE when he tried the shit.
Let's see. Number 9. Yeah. Number 9 is Max Caddy from Cape Fear. It worked for Bray Wyatt. It didn't work for Waylon Mercy. I'm not familiar with Waylon Mercy, but
Never heard of that.
I am, and I remember him too. He basically, literally, back in the '90s, was a cult leader. So basically, literally, just think of Bray Wyatt without as much of the beard. Same concept, same talk. Didn't change nothing. But it worked for Bray. It didn't work for him. He kind of did it first, because that's when Bray Wyatt came out. I was like, this gimmick reminds me of somebody from so long ago, but I couldn't ever think of it. And then I ended up seeing it. I was like, oh, that is right. They did try this, and it didn't work. But that was in the early '90s. Nobody was trying to be cult after all the stuff that happened in the '90s.
Okay, number 8, face painted Warriors worked for the Road Warriors, didn't work for the Ascension. Did WWE not have Demolition?
Yeah. I don't know. I never liked the Demolition as much. Even though that I watched them, it was Road Warriors all the way. Then the Ascension came and they were just cool. And I like this face paint because the face paint was different. But then, the main roster literally bent them over and basically fucked them without taking them out to dinner.
Basically, yeah. Number 7, the muscle-bound woman worked for China, didn't work for Dana Brooke. Okay, what about Beth Phoenix? What about
Okay, now with that right there, I can understand. If you understand, China was professional bodybuilder. Beth Phoenix was not professional bodybuilder. Dana Brooke is still considered a professional bodybuilder. She still do competitions.
fucking Cassie Lee from the Iconics. She's a bodybuilder. Alexa.
But she's one of the petite little cute bodybuilders. She ain't the one in there outlifting the men, making them feel like they're bitches.
Right. Alexa Bliss was a bodybuilder.
That is true. I keep forgetting Alexa Bliss was one.
That's what she did before she got into wrestling. She was a bodybuilder and a cheerleader at the same time, which sounds really fucking awkward.
What you call it was too? Mandy Rose.
Oh, yep. There you go. Okay. Number 6, the white boy rapper worked for John Cena, didn't work for Slam Master Jay.
I laughed at that one, but all they did was just try to make a watered down John Cena with Slam Master Jay after the whole Festus thing happened.
The picture that they used for Slam Master Jay, I thought it was Jamie Kennedy.
Oh my God. How do you think about that?
Number 5, guitarist, worked for Elias, didn't work for Mountain Rock. Hey, how about this? It worked for Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, it did. Because Jeff Jarrett was the first person I remember wrestling that dropped an album that actually I played a little bit here and there.
Hey, how about this? It worked for Jerry the King Lawler. If you want to go back to the 60s.
It worked also for Honky Tonk Man.
It worked for Honky Tonk, who was basically a spinoff of Jerry the King Lawler.
It's a Memphis version.
Yep. Is it really related?
No, they are not related. Honky Tonk is related to I think he's related to Brutus Beefcake. It's somebody else from like the South in the 70s.
Not Jimmy Hart?
Who was that?
Not Jimmy Hart?
No, I don't think he's related to Jimmy Hart.
Somebody's got to be related to him.
Okay, number 4, crazy woman gimmick. Worked for Mickey James. Didn't work for Alicia Fox. It worked for AJ Lee.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, AJ Lee was different. AJ Lee was crazy and she was a nerd and everybody wanted to fuck her just like Mickey. Nobody, people wanted to fuck Alicia Fox when she had the whole edge angle where she was the wedding person, but after she started talking, it was like, no. Just God, no.
Mm-hmm. Number 3.
Because I hated her now.
Number 3, the All-American babyface. Hulk Hogan versus Lex Luger. Okay, that one's pretty straightforward because I can't think of anybody else they tried to put that gimmick on. Wait, they tried to put it on Mark Henry. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He first came in.
Yeah, they tried to put it on Mark Henry.
Oh yeah, he first came there. Yeah, well, look what it did. It got him in the Hall of Fame. But that's the section of chocolate that got him in the Hall of Fame.
It also got him fired from AEW commentary, but that's another story. You know they dropped him,
Really?
right? Yeah, he's off commentary. They replaced him with Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks,
Wait,
for real?
why?
Mark Henry is off of commentary.
He wasn't
Why?
that good to begin with.
All Mark Henry is now doing backstage interviews for Rampage. That is his new job assignment.
Well, why though? What did he do?
Apparently, he didn't feel comfortable in the role because if you noticed, he said very little when he was there.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Mark Henry hardly talked much in WWE his whole entire run. So yeah, I can see it. You know, why would you want to be on commentary? You hardly talked when you was there for damn near 20 damn near years. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 2, the All-American amateur wrestler. Worked for Kurt Angle, didn't work for Jack Swagger. And I'm going to say, yes, it did work for Jack Swagger. It just took a while.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah,
they
blend
tried to
in.
push him early, it didn't work. But it caught on later.
I think it was when that We Need the People thing started.
Yeah. Number 1, this is why I made the list. I'm saying this is going to be our new segment, Stupid Lists. Because number 1, they're dead wrong. The beer swindling.
Beer swindling?
Yeah, beer swindling brawler. Worked for Stone Cold, didn't work for the Sandman. What the fuck you mean it didn't work for the Sandman? Just because he wasn't mainstream doesn't mean it didn't work for the Sandman.
Sandman was doing that way before Stone Cold was even drinking beers on a regular TV basis.
Didn't work for Adam Page. I'll go with that. Because that version of Adam Page I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? I almost forgot about that version until you just said that.
Yeah, hopefully when he comes back, he drops the whole happy drunk thing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it worked for beer money.
Oh, yeah, worked for beer money.
Definitely worked for beer money.
All right, so anytime something like this pops up, I think we'll just criticize stupid lists.
I'm okay with it.
Because, like I said, those like the last 2 or 3 on there. It's like, really? You made those your top ones and you're dead wrong on them? Whatever, man.
Who made this
Hey, look.
list, man?
Who made you niggas?
Who made?
To be honest, I don't know who the fuck made that damn list. I just saw it and I was like, that's a little dumb.
All right, so let's get to AEW Dynamite Grand Slam.
Yeah.
The biggest live crowd ever for an AEW show. I forgot what the exact attendance was, but it was like 24,600 something.
It sounded like 77,000 in that room.
They closed the roof on the building because it's a convertible roof building. So it's already like the way it's designed, it has good acoustics.
Yeah.
So it's going to sound a lot louder than actual 25,000 people.
Hey, let me give you a Snapple fact. Smooches was there.
What's the dudes you talk to on Instagram? Overboys? They were there.
Old was there. What you call it? That was his name now. Jesus Christ. We kept yelling his name when had that match. He was the referee.
Oh, Flacco?
Flacco was there. Matter of fact, let's feel like this. Everybody that we have ran across and met doing the whole thing of wrestling have all been there. My Instagram feed was literally all angles of fucking AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm mad because I wish I was there.
I wish too, man.
So
They come to North Carolina, eventually you're going to see me on the news. They're gonna be like, this local man jumped the barricade butt naked and they just couldn't catch him.
So, being this is their biggest live crowd, I'd like to pose the question, how long until they can fill a football stadium? 55,000, 100,000? Like WrestleMania next year when it's in Dallas? That's a 100,000 seat arena.
They're already filling seats,
Okay.
man. They're already
The
going.
Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom, that's 55,000. This past
I feel
year's WrestleMania in Tampa, that stadium is 72,000, I believe. So how long until AEW can fill a football stadium?
Well, look, okay, I feel like this. After reading online, looking at one of the members from Lucha House Party, he want to leave, looking at 5 of the wrestlers that don't want to sign new contracts, I give it to about next year.
One criticism. If you looked online like 20 minutes before the show started, you could still buy tickets to that event.
So it wasn't sold out.
And I'm talking about first-hand tickets, not like resellers. You can still buy first-hand tickets.
There was people
Dude,
there
that's what
before
we
the
call it.
pandemic came in.
That's what you call for Backlash was. They told everybody Backlash was sold out when me and Smooches went.
Yeah.
Nigga, if people buying tickets walking up in there late.
So,
I feel like they're just liars at this point. It's just AEW just know how to lie a little bit better.
yeah, that's the way I'm thinking of it right now.
Yeah.
So, the kickoff match was Daniel Bryanson in his first TV match, not in WWE in over, 12, 13 years, against the AEW World Champion and AAA Mega Champion, Kenny Omega.
And he also, do you see his thank you and note to WWE?
Yes, does. He's a very classy guy. So
Very classy.
I would not have expected anything less from him. He can't
Also,
he can't do the yes chant.
No, he can't.
He cannot do it.
We could though.
The crowd can do it.
Look, at the end of the day right now, the yes chant was his thing WWE. If they want it, they can have it. But at the end of the day, you know the fans are going to make it their own regardless.
That's the thing. The fans going to do it regardless. Because if you notice during his entrance, he just kind of points. He doesn't move his arms, but he just
Like,
points.
get ready.
He's like, this is the
He just
closest
points.
I can get.
He points in the air and then let y'all do it for him. He's like, look, WWE, I ain't doing it. They doing it.
Yeah,
So,
I remember the first time he tried
yeah.
to get in?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, wait, I can't do that no more.
So Uncle Dave gave this 5 stars. This is the first 5-star match Dave has given Daniel Bryanson.
Oh, it's a
That is true.
Is it convenient?
Wow.
Is it convenient? It was a Kenny Omega match.
Oh no, you know what happened. He was in his room with all them on the floor. He looked for his first Kenny Omega magazine. He grabbed his lotion. He watched the match.
He thought it
You
was
know how this goes. Don't act like we don't know this.
He thought he was.
Man, beat
He thought he was slick. Like, oh yeah, let me give Daniel Bryan his first 5-star match. Oh wait, Kenny Omega's in it.
He's like, damn, Brian's fighting? Oh God, let me get this man a 3. Oh, who he fighting? Omega. Oh yeah, he got a 5.5-star. Matter of fact, can you leave the room for 30, 40 minutes while I watch this match alone peacefully?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is he
man.
allowed to be behind the door? Don't worry about it. Yeah. 5-star match, right in the book.
Yeah. CM Punk addressed Team Taz. Pretty. And also CM Punk's. He brought up to the fact that everybody expected CM Punk to be angry, to want to just, cut angry promos on everybody in the wrestling industry that's done him wrong. It's like, no, why do I need to be angry? I'm back where I want to be. I'm in a good place in life.
Word, and I'm happy for that.
I'm happy as well. I'm extremely happy at where it's going.
Yeah, so he also addressed Team Taz, and he will be facing Willie Hobbs, as JR says, Willie Hobbs, a.k.a. Powerhouse Hobbs, on Rampage tonight. MJF and Brian Pillman, that was a solid match between two young guys. I like to see Brian Pillman getting a nice little push there.
Hold up, before we go any further into Brian Pillman, let's also talk about let's also talk about MJF. Parents did him dirty on Instagram.
Yo.
See, it was funny, but at the same time, I don't quite like it because when you first got introduced to the MJF character as a part of AEW, he was doing promos from his driveway. And it's like, this is where I grew up. I'm better than you. I have more money than you. So his parents should be co-signing the fact that he's an asshole. It should be, we made him this way. That's the way he should be. Everybody in the world should want to be like our son. I feel like that's how his parents should be.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like it should be too. But I think the way they're taking it as is, nigga, we raised you better than this, and you used us to get this, and now you're being a dick toward everybody.
Yeah.
We didn't treat you like this.
Yeah, it's a nice alternative, but I just prefer the other way.
But I like it this way more than I like the John Cena father role where he thought he could have an authority of talking about all of the wrestlers at this point.
Or the Miz's dad.
Yeah, well,
Or with
see,
Edge.
the Miz that's different because he wasn't there every other show. He wasn't there part of pay-per-views. He just talked his little shit here and there. But John Cena's dad just was fucking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like she said about Becky Lynch. I don't think Becky Lynch is a top person. My son is shut your ass up. Fuck you and your son. How about that?
Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. Why did Brandy have to jump in the ring and give Malachi a middle finger?
Oh, you know why? Because she's not pregnant, so now she can do something.
Okay, there was no reason for her to do that. She's not a part of the storyline.
Taking after baby bumps.
A minute, Cody. Let me get in there and give him the finger.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice match between them as well. I think this is one of the best Dynamites in. This might be the best one yet because I don't think there was anything I can like drastically criticize. Then we had FTR versus Sting and Darby. FTR always puts on a good match.
Yes, they are.
They don't put on a bad match.
And also, can we just also acknowledge that FTR ring gear was the NWO ring gear?
Yep.
And did you read the back of their vest? What it said at the bottom?
Something forever. I forgot what the word was.
It says still forever, duh, and it got bruh, and the rest of the rival was blocked out.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Yeah, still the revival. Yep.
Ooh, son, I like that. Still hate the bitches, but still smooth.
And our main was it the main event? Yeah, no. What was the main event? Was it Britt Baker?
Britt Baker versus.
What?
Yeah, Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. Main event, yes.
Yeah, Ruby Soho.
Because I fell asleep on the finish, so I couldn't remember if it was the main event or not.
I still go back now and still go rewatch their little talk in the ring when they start throwing jabs at each other.
Yeah, because Ruby Soho said, you're just like every other female I've run into in the wrestling industry, entitled and banging some dude in the back. And if you want to take that out of context, it sounds like she's a pegger.
Yeah, well,
That was a delay one.
but at the same time, you also have Ruby Soho saying, "Oh no, Baker saying to Ruby Soho, oh, you didn't
run away. You got
was
fired. Yep.
Ooh. So we hit logos like that now. Got it.
Yeah, so a solid show all around for the biggest live crowd in AEW history.
I had fun watching it. I watched it twice.
Yeah, like I said, I was just tired, so I fell asleep. I watched the ending and the next morning.
Like from our point of view, it did us justice. But seeing my Instagram all damn night from everybody else that was there, bruh, it seemed like it was SummerSlam all over again.
It has some vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it should be. Like every show.
Now, tonight's Rampage was taped Wednesday night. There was a little intermission segment where Tony Khan was battle rapping Max Caster, and I think was it Lil Uzi came out with Tony Khan?
Yeah, Lil Uzi was there, and I found that funny and weird, but it is what it is at this point. Yeah, we seen worse on television. The people that never need to be seen on wrestling. At this point now, I don't even give a damn no more who shows up.
All right, this coming Sunday. Oh, wait. Before we come into this coming Sunday, we weren't here for WWE Universe. Don't you dare be sour. Clap for the WWE champion and feel the power.
I'm so proud of that, man.
Yo. Big E, man.
I'm so proud.
It kind of sucks that it was like a rushed thing where just he's gonna cash in tonight. But hey, thank God.
I know, right?
Thank God they didn't bail on him.
That's good.
But look. The sad thing is, when he won it, he said that he was gonna cash it in somebody's face from the start. He was never going to do it from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to get like that, listen, I got to enter my seat. and I was sitting there, and I kind of felt like I kind of felt like Dave Meltzer. I was about to grab my lotion bottle, and I was about to just can it. Like, a second person in New Day to be a world champion. We just need a person out, and then we have the whole New Day in history book down the road.
Well, I don't think Xavier Woods is ever going to be a world champion. But if they give him King of the Ring, like he's been asking for, I'll take that.
Look. When the Shield first became the Shield and they broke up, did you ever think Dean or Roman was going to be WWE champion after being pushed out the throat? Or you thought Seth was going to be the only one to be champion?
See, the thing was, I always saw Dean Ambrose as the leader of the Shield. So I thought it was going to happen.
The sad thing is, I did too. I thought Dean was the leader. It was like, oh, Seth. And I was like, wait, what? When the fuck that happened? He hardly talks.
Yeah, because somewhere, like, I think Seth started getting singles matches out of them. And it was like, oh, is he the leader instead? But then we come to find out Roman's the one that they want to push. So it was like, oh, okay.
You know, because Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I didn't ever see Dean being WWE champion. I thought they saw him as a tag team guy when they wanted to push Roman down everybody's throat. I was like, okay, I guess he's going to be a tag team man for the rest of his life, or I see a United States. But they made him champion. I was like, did not see that coming, but it makes sense to have all three members of the Shield. The New Day is WWE's biggest selling toy, sneaker, titles, pancake, cereal sellers in the planet. Why not just make eventually be in hell? You can have a 24-hour, you can have a championship scramble and let Xavier Woods just win it for at least about 20 minutes. It would still count.
True.
Now, when Big E came out this week on Raw, and he was giving his, congratulations speech, he said, to everyone below the heavens and to my one good friend above. And yeah, man, Brody, man.
That hit so different.
It did, man. That hit me so hard.
Just to hit a crowd, Brody.
Yep.
I was like, I know Vince in the back, like, I'm letting them get this one. They had this one today.
Hey, WWE's fucking up, man. WWE's fucking up big time, man. That's all it is.
Let me tell you this: if I'd have been the crowd, I'd have been. They didn't chant him Brody, and I'd have been chanting the Exalted One. But also, before we go any further than that, I come to find out that there used to be a woman who used to work for WWE in the back. She was let go, when they did their 100 people release at this point. She was talking to a radio station about something, and she was like, the name of Chris Benoit has been thrown around in the back, and not in slander. It's been thrown around as, if we're going to show a promo and he's partly in it, you can say his name, and then they'll backtrack on it and say, don't say it. She said, but it's coming from Vince and the higher up. She said, so it's like wishy-washy in the back. Like, they don't want nobody out in the crowd to say it, but in the back, they sometimes have almost been close to damn near promoting it the night of doing something, and they have changed their mind at the last minute. But they have said, you're like, Chris Benoit, go ahead, use his name. And then they'd be like, nah, let's not use it tonight. What the fuck? What is that?
It could have to do with the fact that they found out that AEW is working with the Owen Hart Foundation.
First of all, did you see that? Did you see the Owen Hart action figure they already started working on?
Yep. He's going to be in the video game when it comes out.
Bruh, that's crazy. WWE had a whole long time to try to minions with the Hart family to try to get that seal so nobody else can get it. And it took too long. Now they fucked.
They're coming out with an entire line, like T-shirt line for Owen Hart. So they're going to be, like I said, they're going to work with the Martha, his wife. They're going to work with him on and their charity to do a bunch of shit. So again, WWE just fucking up left and right.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. Like, WWE is supposed to be the high hold that everybody wants to be to. You got Grandmaster Elite asking for his release day before yesterday.
Wait, before who gives a fuck about Grandmaster Elite? But continue.
Nobody can't think about it. Grandmaster Elite asked for release, and he's supposed to be part of 24-hour bullshit. So you know what I mean? If he leaves, they're gonna call somebody else from NXT 2-point fucking dumbo.
Yeah.
And if I could input on this, they even have like legends talking about much better places in AEW. Like that's where they could rise and shine from there.
Yep.
Definitely.
Because Mick Foley, goddamn, they castrated online about that bullshit.
Oh, and Booker T.
And Booker T.
And I'm like, so that's two legends. then you have Mark Henry already there. You have people over there that are legends working with a company that's in the Hall of Fame of WWE, and they're telling you that this is the place that people want to come to that really want to wrestle and not be held back for doing anything they want to do. And people are starting to like take note of it because Gargano contract comes up soon also, and he's not renewing his contract.
Mm-hmm. And then Kevin Owens in January.
Sami Zayn in damn near December.
Next December, next year.
Yeah, but still, like Sami, if his boy go, he probably gonna want to leave when he leaves.
Can I add on that? I feel like Randy Orton is the legit legend killer.
Oh yeah, right now everybody that left, he had a bad run-in with, like Matt Hardy, Big Show, Christian, Mark Henry, Ric Flair. He basically put all of them off of WWE TV.
At this point, right now, you see Randy Orton walking toward you, just go home.
Yeah, just go home.
Go home.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this coming Sunday is the one night of the year WWE goes Extreme. But why do we only have one Extreme Rules match booked so far?
Because there's no Extreme.
They tripping on that.
And the one that is the Extreme Rules match is fucking Edge and Seth Rollins.
They tripping.
No, I'm sorry.
Wait.
No, it's Roman and Finn. I'm sorry, it's Roman and Finn.
Did Edge come back after?
Yeah, I forgot. They sped that one up. They did it on SmackDown the other week.
They made us believe he broke his neck again.
Yeah. So, but we're not having like a last man standing match. We're not having a strap match. There's no ladder match. There's no what other kind of stupid matches do they have? There's no four corners match. Like something.
Flag on a pole match, leather strap match, blindfold match, one arm count behind your back match. I can go on for days with this bullshit.
So all they've announced is one Extreme Rules match, and it's Roman and the Demon.
And this is an Extreme Rules pay-per-view. This would be the first one in since they made that pay-per-view, that it's only one Extreme Rules match so far talked about?
Yeah, because you got Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. And they're just burying Bianca at this point. There's no reason for her to win the belt back from Becky.
You know what it is?
There's no reason, but they want to put sympathy on Bianca Belair. So they're trying to make Becky like the bad guy, like she's supposed to, and make Bianca look good. But all it's doing is making Becky look better at this point now. Like you can't fix that. You just need to let that shit run this course.
Yeah. Then we got the triple threat for the United States Championship: Damian Priest, Jeff Hardy, and Sheamus.
You know, I'm actually looking forward to that match.
Like that should be like a ladder match. I'd be fine if that was a ladder match.
I did hear from like Jeff Hardy that they want to bring Willow back, like seriously, on this triple threat match.
If I was Jeff, I would tell them no, because if they do bring it back, they're gonna try to get the intellectual properties of it. So if he leaves, that Willow's WWE's, and he'll never get it back.
I think he's smart enough to not let that happen.
Yeah. Because look at Matt Hardy with his delete.
Yeah.
They had to do universe, and then when he got the delete back, they didn't want to use it.
He was woken.
He was woken, he was broken, and then he was fired.
Then we got Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. And I kind of like what's going on there after their promo this week, where Charlotte was telling Alexa, why are you stealing someone else's character? Be yourself. The last time you were self, you were a 5-time champion. You were a champion more days than you were not champion, which was true.
It was true.
Because when she first came up from NXT, and I think she broke her arm or something, in the span of like 500 something days, she was champion for like 420 days, whether it was Raw or SmackDown.
For real.
I ain't gonna lie. That jab though was funny. How you stealing the gimmick don't belong to you. Let's not talk about stealing gimmicks. And I was like,
Yeah.
That's kind of hit hard. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So then we talked about Roman and the Demon. Well, we didn't talk about it. I feel like
glanced over it.
I feel like this is the first loss for the Demon coming in.
Yeah, I feel like it's the first. I feel like it's gonna be the first loss. And then once he loses, I feel like it's going to be the loss for many versions of the Demon.
Yeah. Yep.
Roman's on a roll right now, man.
First of all, Roman has beaten everybody they had to offer at this point, literally.
Literally, yep.
The only hope I think is Brock showing up and helping the Demon, but then it makes the Demon look bad because he needs help.
Yeah, it wouldn't put
Well,
him over.
technically it would, but I think it wouldn't if Roman is beating Finn down to a point that he can't get back up and Brock then steps in. It don't make Finn look weak, but Finn didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
that makes sense. Yeah,
but to
that
make-
makes sense.
But to make Roman lose would just cut off the whole purpose of him being the way he is. So what I'm thinking, what I'm gonna call, throw this audible in there, dark. I'm thinking Brock's gonna show up, and he's gonna punch Roman, and get Finn to. So Roman keeps the belt, and now Finn got an issue with him and Brock.
But it's Extreme Rules, so technically there's no DQs.
Are they trying to set
Yeah.
up for Survivor Series?
At this point now, Survivor Series, all I want to see now is Big E versus Roman.
Yeah.
Me too.
All I want to see. Like, I need this match. I need this match like a fat kid needs cake.
All right, the other matches on the card, it's the Usos versus the Street Profits. We've seen it before. They have good chemistry, so I expect a pretty decent match.
I'm just for it doesn't jump over the ropes and hurt itself again.
And for some reason, I don't know where this match came from. Liv Morgan versus Carmella.
Don't know where that shit came from either. Wait, hold on. We missing the
They were
match.
beefing
What about
for a
the
bit on SmackDown.
Naomi versus Sandra Deville?
Is that a match? I didn't know it was a match.
It's a segment.
From what I was told off from before, they had made a match, and then when I went on Twitter, Naomi was like, "What you mean I gotta fight you?" And I was like, "Wait, what? Wait, when did this become
Oh,
a thing?"
maybe they'll like officialize it tonight because that's a SmackDown thing.
But I see her turning
Maybe a
heel.
pre-show match.
Yeah, maybe.
I do see Naomi turning heel soon.
People are saying that, and I don't think so because Sonya's the heel in that situation.
Sonya's the heel in the situation, but don't forget, she part of the bloodline.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Sonya could be wherever
But
she
by
want to be.
insemination.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Roman's the head of the table at SmackDown. You see, he step above everybody in there that even works there. So if she's part of the family, whatever Roman's saying, Paul Heyman do, it goes.
Oh, and speaking of which, I think it was on Talking Smack. Somebody asked Paul Heyman about, is Naomi part of the bloodline? And he said indirectly, yes, she is a part of the bloodline.
Yeah, he said it, and then somebody took it to Twitter and said, "You got to think about it. Whoever is part of the bloodline of Roman Reigns is a part of the bloodline if they go to that brand and be a part of it. So that's counting Naomi and everybody else, including Nia. So the blood is actually damn near the NWO at this point, if you think about it. And now that the Usos' other brothers in NXT, eventually Vince is going to see him. He's going to beat his meat also, and he's going to call him up.
That means Jacob Fatu is bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
What's the younger one that works here in New Jersey? I always forget his fucking. Is that Josh? Josh Fatu? Yeah.
Yeah. He's part of the bloodline. So if Roman wants like the Usos did when they did that rap battle and bring in the family, literally he has the family to bring in at this point. Seriously.
Uh-huh.
And it would be dope if he actually did that. I would like to see the whole entire Samoan family bloodline be on TV together at once and just dominate a brand.
I don't think the ring is big enough because you know how them Samoans like push 300-400 pounds.
Yeah, but that's why you get the outside of it.
Okay. All right, let's jump into Ultra Fantasy Booking. We finally named it. It's not a very good name, but we finally named it.
Well, technically, it is a good name. It just don't roll on the tongue as well. It's a good name.
All right. So, being that we were off last week, we double booked 2 weeks ago. So we will go over the last episode of Dragon Force, which is your show.
Yep.
R-Truth versus David Hart Smith, and R-Truth came out the winner. You have to remember, R-Truth is a former NWA world champion. That man can wrestle. He's more than a 24/7 champion.
Can I say R-Truth is a national treasure?
That is Nick Aldis, but we will accept that because he is black.
Yeah, Dick Austin is a national treasure, but R-Truth is like national treasure. He's like a universal treasure. Like we just can't leave him or lose him nowhere because it's over. And I feel like if he's no longer a treasure to us, I think his agent's going to hit him all at once.
Yeah. Next up, you had the pairing of Danny Math and Wardlow taking on The Bar. And The Bar won. I guess the experience between the two of them together allowed them to overcome these two behemoths, these two mountains of a man.
Slapping meat.
Yeah, two big beefy men slapping meat. Next up, Rosemary in a landslide victory over Su Yung for one of the number one contenders for the World of Stardom Championship. To eventually take on your champion, Gail Kim, right? Is that your champion?
Yeah, I did not see that coming. I thought it was going to be damn near even split.
Yeah. And then in your other number one contenders match, Naomi, who we were speaking of, she defeated Mia Yim.
So we're going to have... that's going to be a good match then. I got to figure out what I'm going to put them two in now.
Okay.
I might have to go balls to the wall this time. Might have to go old school. Might have to go give me some Jerry King Lawler energy.
I feel like you're going GM mode here.
Next up was in a Falls Count Anywhere tornado tag, Mustache Mountain taking on them boys, the Briscoe brothers. And it was a hard fought one. It was close. Briscoe brothers pulled it out though.
Southern ass boys, racist as hell.
Yep. And our main event, which had the stipulation of no top rope moves, Jay Lethal, because he's a vet, he can do it all. He took down Angel Garza.
Wow, that's a good match.
Yeah.
Definitely a good match.
And over on my program, Warzone, we kicked off the night with a tag team match. It was the Hardy Boys taking on another brother combination, the Usos. And then we had FTR on commentary because FTR is a little upset about getting jumped by the Usos a couple weeks ago. So the Hardy Boys won after the Usos decided to attack FTR at ringside. So they won via countout. Because the Usos, they weren't about to get punked out. So it's like, we better attack first before they attack us.
Nice. I like how that goes.
Next up, Renee Young, prior to Danhausen's match, she interviewed him on his chances on winning the open weight Pure Rules tournament. He says, if he doesn't win, everyone is cursed.
Witchcraft going on there? What?
Hey, Danhausen, man. Very nice. Very evil.
Yeah, hell, you know how he is. The man don't get out of character. I think he sleeps in character.
Word.
I think he dreams in character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So his match was up next. Danhausen took on Walter. And Walter beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I picked Walter. Look, I picked Walter. I looked at that picture. I stared at it, and I looked at Danhausen tattoo, and I said, "Oh my God, this little devil's going to." Yeah, Walter's going to win it.
Next up, we had the Iconics with Tenelle Dashwood in their corner, taking on Jordynne Grace and Rachel Ellering with Charlotte Flair in their corner. And Jordynne Grace and Rachel Ellering, who were on a losing streak, finally won a match with help from a mystery masked person. Who decided to help them? We'll find out. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
If you need Dragon Ball Z music, when somebody say that.
I'm very curious of this masked person.
The next.
So am I now.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a doozy. It's a doozy when you find out.
Right.
Next up, we had another match in the open weight Pure Rules tournament. It was Alberto El Patron taking on Frankie Kazarian. And this was a real skillful match because these two guys are real techs in the ring. Frankie Kaz pulled it out.
Nice.
Frankie Kaz.
Wow.
Yeah, Frankie Kaz pulled that one out. Next up, we go backstage, and Michael Cole was interviewing our GM, Shane McMahon, asking him about Paul Heyman's ongoing demands to get Brock Lesnar a title shot. But before Shane could even speak, Paul Heyman just casually walked by and he said, competition or else, and kept going.
Sound like Paul Heyman moving. I like it. Got chills a little bit.
Next up, we had the final tag team match to determine the final contestants for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. This tournament, you had to work with your tag partner. If you and your tag partner win, you then face each other for the World Championship. So AJ Styles and Kazuchika Okada have taken down Finn Balor and Randy Orton. And at the pay-per-view, our main event will be the phenomenal AJ Styles versus Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Nice.
And to determine our second women's number one contender for the TNA Women's Championship, the winner will take on Asuka, who won last week. It was Mickie James, Bayley, Serena Deeb, and Nyla Rose in a fatal four-way elimination match. And the winner was Ding Dong, hello, Bayley.
Oh, Miss Thickums.
Yeah. And that was Warzone. So next week, I will have my first pay-per-view next week, which is, I believe, Unforgiven. Yes, Unforgiven. I believe you have a pay-per-view this week, right?
Do I?
Yeah, I think you have Bound for Glory. Or did you not have a show ready to go?
No, I'm trying to remember when my shows were again now. You know me, brain be blocked about other shit and alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, you have Bound for Glory this week, if you have a show ready to go.
I do. I just got to break up my list again because, you know, Instagram be acting weird. I think I should have just screenshotted and saved a picture of all my people again. I remember majority of them, but the matches I got to make, I do not know where the pictures are.
I could send it to you right now. I believe. Well, I'll just take a new picture. How about that?
Yeah, because for some reason I found out on Instagram you can actually pull up all the photos you sent somebody, but now I don't remember how the hell I did it one day.
Gotcha.
I thought I was going to remember, but then when we didn't have a show last week, I was like, oh, I'm going to remember next week. And then so you said you was at the studio, I was like, and I don't remember. Motherfucker.
Any other, while we're just kind of bullshit, any other news you came across this week?
You know, our boy Monty Scurll is back in wrestling.
Oh, yes, he is.
He got a whole new look now, looking like Pumpkinhead and shit. Got the full head of hair now. This looks odd as hell. And also, can we talk about?
All right, I sent the your roster list.
Can we talk about this goddamn Steiner in NXT 2.0?
Braun Bronson instead of he wanted to call himself Rex Steiner.
I don't see why they didn't let him. He wrestles like his dad and sound like his goddamn uncle. I don't see why you didn't let him.
I keep forgetting. He's Scott's son, right?
Rick's son.
Oh, he's Rick's son.
No, he's Rick's son, and he sounds like Scott. All right.
So he has a mix of both.
Yeah, it's been fucking weird. All right. So now that we have our little match between the Bar and Danny Mac and Warlow, we're gonna move the Bar a little somewhere else right now.
Okay.
With a tag team match with the Bar versus Beer Money.
Ooh.
Versus the North.
Ooh.
In a triple threat tag team match for the number one contender to go for the tag team title at the next pay-per-view.
The North. All right.
And now that we have Rosemary and Naomi with their match is going to go on second. And we're going to have Naomi versus Rosemary. And the match I'm going to give them is a match that we have not seen in a while. But they're going the limit with a 30-minute Iron Woman match.
Okay. And this is for to determine the true number one contender, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now that we had Jay Lethal to beat Angel Garza, we would have Jay Lethal go against, I feel like, might be his toughest opponent yet. We're gonna have Jay Lethal go against my boy. Do I want it to be this way? Yes, I do. We're gonna have him go against Shelton Benjamin,
Ooh, Shelty.
and it's gonna be in a pure wrestling match.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice. Shelty needs that burn right there.
Yes. And now that we had Danny Math and Warlow lose to the bar, I feel like they're gonna have some beef because they feel like they could have won. So we're gonna have Danny Math versus Warlow.
Back to two big beefy men flapping meat.
Word. Shoot big beat the man. But one bald headed, one with hair, sweating. Slapping meat.
All right.
And also, we're gonna have a match. It's gonna be a little fun match. We're gonna have Right to Censor.
Ooh, right to censor. We haven't seen them yet, have we?
Nah. We got Right to Censor versus the Radicals versus Private Party in a tornado tag team match. And my last match I'm going to put up for tonight is going to be a nice one. It's going to be something that I feel that we kind of need right now. And seeing how Angel Garza lost his match, and I feel bad because I kind of felt like, even though I like Jay Lethal, I feel like Angel Garza was going to take that. We got Angel Garza versus Cesaro, Kenny King, and versus David Boy Smith in a fatal four-way match. And conditions will be first person to tap out.
Submission?
Submission match?
Yes. I don't want to call it submission match because everybody calls it that. I'm just gonna give a different name and call it the first to tap. And this match right here is going to be a doozy because whoever wins this match, when we finally get down to the two people that's going to fight for the title, whoever wins this fatal four-way is next number one contender up in line for the belt.
Okay. So future number one contender. Or just future title match. Future title match. We'll call it that.
Future title match. But this is going to be a little different because everybody's going to come out alone but Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming out with Paul Heyman.
Oh, we're going back to that. All right.
Okay.
Going back to this Cesaro.
That was actually a really underrated version of Cesaro.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, it didn't really give him the boost we expected it, but it was really underrated nonetheless.
But it was great to watch, though, to see Cesaro with Paul. Because Cesaro was good on the mic, and having Paul with him was just great. And that will continue in my pay-per-view.
All right. It's almost 8 o'clock. Any last words or stories before we get out of here?
I'm just still hype about Danielson and Brian Danielson and Omega.
Yeah. It was a bet. Oh, let me say this. The best matches Kenny Omega has had in AEW, no particular order, Brian Danielson, Christian Cage, the first one on Rampage, Chris Jericho at the first Double or Nothing.
They're having great matches, man.
Now, what's the common thread between those opponents?
They're all from WWE.
All three WWE wrestlers.
WWE veterans. Guys that have been around for a while.
Yes. Been around for a good long time. Can we talk about this, though, before we go? Can we talk about this Netflix movie, The New Day and Undertaker? Have you seen the trailer?
please tell me about that. I completely forgot about it.
So October 1st, we will be getting this movie. That is a pick your choice type of thing. And the way it goes, they're there for the power of the urn to make the New Day positivity stronger. And the Undertaker has it as he likes them, and if they want it, they got to go through some trial and tribulations to get it, but they got to go against their worst fears. And the trailer makes it so want to be watched at this point. I kid you not. I think I watched that trailer like 6 times, and I'm like, I can't wait for October 1st to hit. I need to watch this. I need to choose my things for them. But I find it funny and ironic that they walk into a morgue in a trailer and they literally call some gangsters. They would go, "Who has a morgue in their house?" And Biggie goes, "Well, this is the
Undertaker,
We're
yeah.
talking." And I go, "Yeah, I didn't know this is what I needed in 2021, but I'm happy I need this."
So can I, if like, let's say I watch it multiple times, I can watch the different scenes, right? If I just choose the other one, okay.
Yeah, so if it starts off with picking Xavier Woods, Carter Kingston, and Big E, and you pick Xavier Woods, and you know Xavier Woods is gonna have more story, you can go to the whole Xavier Woods way. If you're not, you can choose Delma either way, or you can just miss and match until you get to the end.
Okay.
From my understanding, you picked this to have almost to have the same ending, but from what I was reading online about Netflix, they said that it has, I think, 4 different endings depending on how you do it.
Okay.
So it's going to be a same.
I'm definitely into that. That seems like a nice little twist to do something there.
I'm telling you, if you want to get an early experience of what it's like, you want to get what it's like, Dark, go on Netflix and watch Black Mirror. And there's one that does that for Black Mirror. It has like different endings, but watch it and like just pick and choose the part, like in parts of the movie that actually pick and choose, just pick and choose, and you'll be prepared for this New Day and Undertaker one. It's the same as that concept.
Gotcha. All right, this has been another episode of the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast. I'm Darth Messiah. You, sir?
Alex the Hill, and also follow me on Stereo tomorrow at 7.
Oh, yeah. Have you been on Stereo recently? Because I'm not getting notifications anymore for some reason.
I have, but I haven't been on any shows. I just listening in because most of the people I talk to have been off. But there's a show at 7, and it's it's talking about the most funniest thing I always talk about, Dark. It's talking about would you give your best friend down and out, male or female, some petty dick or ass because you feel bad for it?
All right. Welcome back, J Kid.
Thank you so much. Glad to be back here on the ones and twos.
All right, and we out of here. Good night, everybody.